Welcome. Let's discuss about manager. In this topic, let's see about the definition of manager, the difference between manager and entrepreneur, types of manager, managerial roles and managerial skills. Let's start with defining who a manager is. A manager is not a person who can do the work better than his men. He is a person who can get his men do the work better than he can. This was the definition given by the famous personality Frederick W. Smith. To begin, let's see what's the difference between a manager and an entrepreneur. A manager is a leader within an established organization who oversees the work of other employees within a department or sometimes a larger segment of the organization. They assign tasks, provide guidance, troubleshoot problems, and ensure that deadlines are met. Although they are given more responsibility and subsequently higher pay, they are still an employee of the company and must answer to a supervisor or the company owner. In contrast, entrepreneurs are people who recognize a consumer problem, find a solution, and build a business around making that solution available to the public. They have an idea for a product or service, develop the product, formulate a company around its sales and marketing, and assume the financial risk associated with starting and running the business. They most likely will have additional employees to help in the many aspects of building the company, but they ultimately fulfill many roles as owner, manager, and entrepreneur, making sure the business follows their design and mission. Let's see the type of managers. A manager is someone whose primary activities are the part of the management process. In particular, a manager is someone who plans, organizes, leads, and controls human, financial, physical, and information resources. The success or failure of an organization depends heavily on the ability of its managers to perform these tasks effectively. Based on organizational functions, the following manager types in a standard commercial organization. First, purchase manager. Purchase manager is one who is responsible for procuring raw materials in a manufacturing company. The second type of manager is production manager, who is responsible for managing the manufacturing process. Then IT manager, who is responsible for supervising all computing and IT communication related issues. Marketing manager, who is responsible for supervising the promotion and advertising of the company's products or services. Sales manager, who looks after the sales department and sets target for sales personnel and appraises their performance on the basis of the extent of target achievement. Finance manager, who is responsible for the financial management of the organization. Human resource manager, who is responsible for HR department and oversees all human resource management functions like recruitment, payroll, attendance, employee exit, etc. Besides displaying all basic management skills. Product development manager, who is authorized with the management of the technical division of new product design and product innovation. Besides this, there can be the following sort of managers based upon the four most prominent types of management styles. The first one is the authoritarian manager. He is one who is the sole decision maker for his management unit and prefers his subordinates to perform their task exactly as outlined by him. This type of manager displays management skills of strong leadership and direction but may lack the skill of delegation. The second type of manager is the democratic manager, and he is the person who believes in majority consensus and take any decision only after consulting his subordinates. This type of manager displays participative management style by allowing his subordinates participation in the decision making process, giving them a sense of belonging and deeper involvement in the organizational fabric. The next type of manager is paternalistic manager, and he is the one who acts like a parent figure to his subordinates and makes sure to regularly bond with his subordinates, to listen to their professional issues and lend a helping hand to ease their operational difficulties. The last type of manager is the laissez-faire manager, and he communicates the task to be performed by his subordinates and set targets and deadlines for the completion of such tasks. And also, we have many other types of managers like the problem solving manager, the pitchfork manager, the pontificating manager, the presumptuous manager, the perfect manager, the passive manager, and the proactive manager, etc. etc. Next, let's discuss about managerial roles. Managers administer and coordinate resources effectively and efficiently to channelize their energy towards successful accomplishment of the goals of the organization. Managers are required in all the activities of organizations. Their expertise is vital across departments throughout the organization. Roles of manager. Managers are the primary force in an organization's growth and expansion. Larger organizations are particularly complex due to their size, process, people, and nature of business. However, organizations need to be cohesive whole encompassing every employee and their talent, directing them towards achieving the set business goals. Let's see what are the managerial roles. So we have top management, senior management, line and staff management, and project managers. So first let's see what is top management. The top level executives direct the organization to achieve its objective and are instrumental in creating the vision and mission of the organization. They are the strategic think tank of the organization. Senior management. Senior manager is responsible for all aspects of a company like general manager. He is accountable for managing the profit and loss statement of the company. So this kind of managers usually report to the company board or top executives and take direction from them to direct the business. The functional manager is also responsible for a single organizational unit or department within the company or organization. He in turn is assisted by a supervisor or groups of managers within his unit or department. He is responsible for the department's profitability and success. Next comes line and staff managers, and this kind of managers are directly responsible for managing a single employee or a group of employees. They are also directly accountable for the service or product line of a company. For example, a line manager at Toyota, and he is responsible for the manufacturing, stocking, marketing, and profitability of the Corolla product line. Staff managers often oversee other employees or subordinates in the organization, and generally heard revenue consuming or support departments to provide the line managers with information and advice. Last is the project managers. Every organization has multiple projects running simultaneously throughout its life cycle. So each and every project will have a project manager, and this project manager is primarily accountable for leading a project from its inception to completion. It is from the starting point till the project was completed. He is responsible for the whole project. He plans and organizes the resources required to complete the project. He will also define the project goals and objectives and decide how and at what intervals the project deliverables will be completed. Next, let's discuss about the managerial skills. Henry Fayol, a famous management theorist, also called as the father of modern management, identified three basic managerial skills: technical skill, human skill, and conceptual skill. First, let's see about the technical skills. Knowledge and skills used to perform specific tasks. For example, accountants, engineers, surgeons all have their specialized technical skills necessary for their respective professions. Managers, especially at the lower and middle level, need technical skills for effective task performance. Technical skills are important, especially for first line manager who spend most of their time training subordinates and supervising their work related problems. Next comes the human skill, ability to work with, understand, and motivate other people as individuals or in groups. According to management theorist Mintzberg, the top managers spend their time 59% in meeting, 6% on the phone, and 3% on the tools. Ability to work with others and get cooperation from people in the work group. For example, knowing what to do and being able to communicate ideas and belief to others and understanding what thought others are trying to convey to the manager. This is done by the human skill. Next, the conceptual skills. So this is the skill which have the ability to visualize the enterprise as a whole, to envision all the functions involved in a given situation or circumstances, to understand how its parts depend on one another and anticipate how a change in any of its parts will affect the whole. For example, the managing director of a telecom company visualizes the importance of better service of its clients, which ultimately helps attract a vast number of clients and an unexpected increase in the subscriber base and profits. Besides the skills discussed above, there are two other skills that a manager should possess, namely diagnostic skill and analytical skill. Diagnostic skill, so it diagnoses a problem in the organization by studying its symptoms. For example, a particular division may be suffering from high turnover. With the help of diagnostic skill, the manager may find out that the division supervisor has poor human skill in dealing with employees. This problem might then be solved by transferring or training the supervisor. Next, the analytical skill. This is the ability to identify the vital or basic elements in a given situation, evaluates their interdependence, and decide which one should receive the most attention. This skill enables the manager to determine possible strategies and to select the most appropriate one of the situation. So today we have seen about the manager, types of manager, managerial skills and managerial roles. Thank you.